Our total body workout number 2 from the functional training station of Purmotion is the lateral lunge. Okay, this is a great exercise that emphasizes that lateral or frontal plane. The way to do this exercise once you get it all loaded is to do a side step squat here. Put your your right hand right next to your pad, right next to your body. Lift. Your left could be either here, or you can move it, put it right here on the bumper plate. Then you side shuffle, okay, just enough to stay away from the renegade stand. Now here, you're gonna turn 90 degrees right here. You're gonna lift your elbow. Get your right hand right on top of the pad. See, my forearm, my arm, right now is parallel to the ground. Okay, same concept as lineman squat. Get your body in a 90-degree angle, bar to your body, huge wide lunge stance. The front foot flat, okay, slightly tilted in. Your back heel is up. Now, here is something new. You might never heard in the past, but in order to engage your back toes, all 5 toes, you need to rotate your hips slightly to the outside, like that. See, that way I'm sure that all my toes are engaged. Now, your inside arm, you can either put it here, or just slide your body enough that your forearm is against the plate, but ensuring that you are at 90. Now here it's just a matter of lunging and going up, but you're going to go up in an angle. You're pushing off that way, here. And keep your head lined up with your trunk, right here. Okay? When it's time to change side, you're going to come back to standing position, face bumper plate. Just check by doing a quarter squat, and then come up straight up, switch to the other side. Okay? Then turn your body again 90 degrees to my left side. Raise your elbow so the bar sits right on top of your elbow. Okay? This resembles the front squat grip, like this. Okay? Keep your arm parallel to the ground, get in a wide stance. Again, upper body 90 degrees to the bar, so you need to be in an angle. If you choose so, slide your body all the way so your right forearm is resting on the bumper plate. Okay? Now here, again, you lunge, pushing off to the side. Make sure your 5 toes of your right rear foot are in contact with the ground, and your right heel is off the ground, right here. So you're pushing off that way. This is the renegade lateral lunge. One arm overhead press with the renegade. User stands sideways, lunge stance in an angle, lunge, inside arm left on the handle. You may want to, if you choose, get your right hand on the ball here, back straight in an angle, you lift, turn, and then position yourself in a stagger stand position. And this is a contralateral movement, meaning that you're going to be loaded with your right arm, so your opposite leg, left, is going to be forward. Okay, your back heel, again, I cannot stress this enough. Your back heel is off the ground. This is a very athletic move, okay? And the key is to generate a lot of force from the ground and transfer that force all the way up to your hand, to the bar. So here, you're always going to check a little bit to break inertia and press. Okay? You come down to your start position, then up and down. See how I engage my whole body? I'm transferring force that is generating from the ground up, up, up. Beginners, or if you get tired, feel free. Bring your free arm or hand right with the, put it right here with the war hammer, and then you can do same thing. Okay, time to change. Go up, switch arms or hands, I'm sorry. Left hand, right leg forward. Then you bring it back to your start position. Make sure, again, the war hammer, the ball, is almost on top of your shoulder. You don't want to be here, or you don't want to be standing too far away. Put too much stress on your shoulder. Okay, the right position is such that your tricep is resting on your ribs right here. So you're creating a base. Okay? That way, this is you create a very efficient transfer of power or force from the ground all the way to your hand. One arm overhead press. And again, you get tired or beginners, bring your free hand or resting hand here and then use it as an assisted. AirFit Pro with core 12. We're going to do lateral twist. Okay? If you're going to turn to your right side, right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. Make sure that you're holding the bar evenly, hands together, and make sure you have the same space on top and the bottom. Okay? Your stance, your feet, you're going to be athletic stance, okay, in about 45-degree angle right here. Extend your arms. Now, from here, basically what you're going to do is you're going to pivot, you're going to rotate to your right side, and then pull this way. My left heel, or my left foot actually pivot just a little bit, okay? Just to allow efficient lateral movement to my right side, okay? And the same holds true for your left side. Change your hands, left on top, right down here, evenly. Get on your athletic stance, ankle, knee, hip flexion, and then you're going to pivot slightly to that left side as you rotate to your left, right here. If you want to intensify this exercise, just get a little lower, right here. And you can go even a little higher above your shoulder if you choose. Okay. This is the lateral twist with the core 12 and the AirFit Pro. Next station is the AirFit Pro, but this time we're going to do our famous, we call it Shiho, but it resembles a reverse sit-up. Okay, so basically you're going to start in a plank position, like so. Get your hands, or your arm through the sling. Okay, all the way back, so you at least have this much room of your elbow exposed. Okay, the slings, keep it tight and bring it right on top of your traps or necks, right next to your neck. Keep your hands, or your palm facing each other like so. Okay, or you can, do this like this. One palm on top of the other one like this or like this. It's your choice. Okay. You're going to get in the plank position. You're going to go left leg on your toes, and then right leg, hip width apart. You're going to lift your hip, tuck your elbows in, head down, right here. Avoid swaying your lower back. Keep it straight on your tight position. Flex your hip flexors. Your hip flexors and all your core musculature, you'll feel it's going to be engaged. Okay, this is a very challenging move. So for even beginners, they can do it. All you have to do is change the angle. So you come forward here. You want to be wider and shoulder width apart. Keep your elbows in. But now look at my elbow angles. You're going to keep 90 degree here and 90 degree here. Okay, and the same principle apply. Okay, you do a hip flexion by lifting your hips, elbows in, head down. Okay? And as the trainee progress, just scoot back and perform the same movement. Okay? So beginners, intermediate, and advanced can do this exercise by just changing the angle. That's the best way, easiest way to change progression. Our famous Shiho. Next station is the all-purpose bands. Alternate pulls. Okay, make sure you stagger stand. Okay, and then you start with your arm extended. Basically, you're going to do alternate pulls. Now, look the way my forearms move. You're going to start. If you have your arm extended, palm is down. When your arm or elbow is flexed, you got your thumbs up. Okay, look the movement. This resembles reverse jabbing. See, right here. Okay? Now, if you want to increase the progression, you can either step back a little bit. If you want to challenge your trainee, just make a develop a complex by doing lunges up and down as you do your alternate pulls. Okay? Then you switch leg and do same. Either go to alternate pulls to lunge or stay right here. Just alternate pulls is going to challenge anybody, especially the metabolic pathway. Next section is the body weight station. We call it single leg bridges. Okay? You're going to start with your right foot against this piece of tubing. You're going to place only the ball of your foot. You keep your heel of it. Okay? Get your elbows anchored on the ground. Elbows about 90 degrees right here, and then your head down. Okay? On your shoulder blades. Right here. Now, see the angle of my knee? The angle of my knee pretty much resembles foot contact as I do a sprint. And then my left leg is going to be hanging in the air about 90 degrees. Again, kind of simulating a sprint. Okay? All we're going to do here is a hip thrust. We're going to lift your hips up and down without touching the floor once you start. And keep pressure against the column right here. Okay? Now the key here is to maintain a perfect line of your ankle, knee, hip, shoulder joint. Okay? Like so. And if you want to, as you go through your reps, you can rotate your foot slightly outside. And you're going to see how muscle activation changes, especially your hamstring musculature, right here. Okay? Once you're done on that side, then you shift your body slightly to the right side to achieve that perfect alignment of your ankle, knee, hip, shoulder joint. Okay? Anchor your elbow, head down, on your shoulder blades on the ground, and then put pressure here and then lift. And keep your right knee angle at 90, right here. Okay? And then you can change your angle, like so, and you see how your muscle activation changes, especially in your hamstring. Single leg bridges. Next station is the single leg side plank. Okay? You're gonna place your hand kind of like with your fingers facing this way. Okay? Elbows slightly up. Okay? You're gonna be standing laterally to the column. Your right foot is gonna be placed laterally. You're gonna have to give me some little ankle, knee, hip flexion. Your hand's gonna be about chest level. Okay? Bend your knee a little bit, right knee, and then here you're gonna shift your body towards the column and down, like here. See? Displace your hip towards the column, and your knee or your left leg kind of, do an abduction towards the column, right here. Keep your head slightly down, right here. Okay. You can do your either time or rest doing this. Now, as you displace your body towards the column, see you get a little bit, I get down and I keep my ankle, knee, hip flexion. Okay. This is extremely demanding, and it's an awesome body weight exercise to challenge, the lateral portion of your trunk. Okay. Not many frontal plane core exercise, and this is very simple. The next station is one of my favorites. It's the vector tracks with the Core 12 band package. We call it wax on, wax off. Again, it's another frontal plane type movement, but before we start, we need to make sure that the sliding card of the vector track is in an unlocked position. Okay, right here. Okay. We're going to assume a athletic stance, but you're going to be laterally in relationship to the vector track. Again, hold the Core 12 bar with your right hand on top, left on the bottom. It needs to be even. Top, bottom grip, even. Then get into wider than shoulder width apart athletic stance, and then do just little circles. Or how big of a circle? About the same size of a 45-pound plate. That's kind of a type of circle that we're looking at here. You can go clockwise, you can go counterclockwise. You want to increase the resistance? side shuffle to the outside. Okay, and then reverse it. Now, you can switch to the other side. You switch your hand, okay, and then repeat. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise. Again, this is wax on, wax off with the Core 12 band package and the Vector track. Next station is sprinters. We're going to be using our wedding bands, our foot straps, and sliders, okay, furniture sliders. The main thing here is to make sure the foot strap is properly positioned or locked. So make sure that the cradle is on the bottom, face down. The way to do that is make sure that you have the buckle, the male, female, in your hands. Now you know that's the cradle. Put it right there on the heel, buckle it, and then you're gonna have a ring. You see a ring on the top section of your foot right here. This is the ring that we're gonna attach the carabiner. Right there, here. Okay, sliders in the middle together. And again, the 4-point stance. Okay, get your right foot, the ball of your foot, the ball of your right foot on the sliders. See, somewhere around the middle, right here. Okay, you don't want to be here. Just leave a little space. Extend your leg slightly. Put your knee down so you can do your left foot, or the ball of your foot actually. Again, get on your 4-point stance here. Lift your knees, extend your body, move back. Your hands, your arm needs to be gonna be wide, and your fingers are gonna be facing out. Now, all you're gonna do here is do hip flexion, hip extension. But the force line is when I really push. Okay, like so. That way, I'm really engaging my hip extensors, not to be confused with mountain climbers that we did in our first total body workout with focus on hip flexion, and I'm facing away from the anchor point. Okay, one more time. Get in the plank stance, wide stance, 45 degree in my hands, here, and then here do your, we'll call it sprinter. See, you can go do, again, long stride, medium stride, or short stride. Okay, that is up to the coach to decide, you know, how he wants to do it. Depends on the trainee. Now, another way to increase the progression is when I'm in a plank stance, you can move back, or you can increase the resistance. Another way is to keep adding wedding bands as many as necessary to increase the progression. Again, wedding bands, sliders, sprinters. Next station, AirFit Pro, push-up, good old push-ups, but now we're gonna do it, you know, body weight and the AirFit. Now, the best way to do this, guys, is make sure the AirFit Pro is tense. Okay, get your hands in a handle grip position like so. Make sure that once it's tight, okay, and about your face level, the slings, you're gonna bring it down to your tricep, or right in between shoulder and elbows. Okay, and look how I kind of bring, or do a slight adduction of my arm like this. Okay, I go from outside and I slightly do an arm slight duction like this. Okay, get a 45 degree beginner's stagger stand, best beginner's progression, and then this is from here. It's pretty simple: elbow flexion, elbow extension, elbow flexion, elbow extension. Yes, you should have the ultra sling rubbing your tricep, but because it's soft, it should not be an issue. Okay, now there is a label here. If this label is facing you, then make sure that it's away from you, so that way you ensure that you are, it's totally soft. Okay, try to avoid, or you avoid at all costs, to do the push-up with the sling away from you. Okay, it really put a lot of pressure or tension on your elbow joint, simply because it changes the total biomechanic of a proper push-up. Okay, so we go like this again. Now, More advanced, bring your feet shoulder width apart. Okay? Increase the progression by closing your feet hip width apart. And you can increase the progression by going down now low. Okay? Next station is, again, is the air fit. We're gonna do rows. We're gonna use handles. Okay? Beginners, again, stagger stand, extend your arms, start with your palms down, and then as you pull, rotate your forearm so your palm is facing in, right here. That way you ensure a proper line from your wrist to your forearm, okay? You want to avoid, keep your palm down, going like this, okay? That's called cobra, and it hurts, okay? So to change that, do it properly, like this. You want to increase the progression, hip width apart, and down. As you come down, we like to keep our feet flat on the ground. That's the way, most sports are played, or activities of daily living. If you want to get even lower, then let's get the pussy knot here, put it in a long lock position, raise it up, lock it. That would allow me to go even lower, okay? Right here. See how I move my hand?